it just doesn't. There's
it doesn't
so
resonate.
Much class and style in these products. The logo doesn't fit. It just doesn't look right.
The bad points for me. You'll have noticed, I think, on both these watches that you've actually got convex sapphire crystals that have been installed in them. Now, this is lovely. This is reminiscent of the old convex mineral crystals that we use on a variety of watches.
Exactly.
So there's a slight distorting effect. You won't be able to see it here, but maybe we'll provide you some shots, static, so that you can check it out. Now that in combination with the rounded exterior and the rather large dial means that you can get I can only describe it as an amplification of this convex design, which tends to build from the outside in. Yeah. And is exacerbated by the crystal.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I would actually say that's a good point. I think it's great.
There were times
it brings the dials to life a little bit.
It does. It provides great depth.
Yeah.
And now, particularly on a dial like this, whose inherent color is actually flat.
It's very flat. So
Now, something like this one, which has got great depth, it's an anthracite sunburst
this
dial.
may not need it.
It probably doesn't exactly. So then you get to the point where...
Okay, but it's sort of an intrinsic part of what makes up the DNA, the design DNA of the brand. And I think, you wouldn't only do it on one model, you'd want to...
So I think it's a footnote, but you may find that a number of cheaper watches have the same distorting effect on their crystals, minerals, sapphire, or whatever the hell it may be. Well, at least that bug me sometimes. All right.
I disagree with that.
Now, second point. The paragraph, and I believe this model to be 43 millimeters, is too large for the thin-wristed amongst us.
That can't be... No, that's not 43, is it?
I believe it's at least a 42. It may be a 43. The best of my knowledge, I think this is a 43.
Well, straight off, let me tell you. I know what you're about to say. It's too big, right? If it is 43, and we'll check it and put it in the notes, then I'm amazed at how small it wears.
Yes.
Because these two are the same, right? I mean, you've both been wearing the same size.
Hold on. And the Marvin Cousin, the Molten 160 that we tried, was a 42 millimeter, and it wore significantly larger than these.
Yeah.
Significantly.
Yeah.
So that's another point, but here's the good news for the thin-wristed amongst us, is they actually sell, I believe, a paragraph 38 millimeter. So it's no problem. You want a 38, you want a 43.
Which would be ideal for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last point.
Oh, speaking of which, for our one and only viewer, a wrist shot. If we're talking about how large they wear, that's
okay. So
we're listening to you, folks.
You gonna put it on too?
Yeah,
big fella. Why don't you take that little Rolex Explorer off your wrist? All 39 millimeters, and we'll show you guys what the Meistersingers at 43 millimeters wear. So, are you too close?
There's number 3.
All right. So he's all right. Big-wristed, small something else, but that wears all right.
Ego,
now,
small ego.
Yeah, so here I am, fairly thin-wristed, and this is a 43. Sorry, I don't know if you... Is it okay?
I would try putting it in front of the camera if you want to.
Guys, can you see this?
That's not even funny.
Okay, how about this? That show?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a puppet show.
All right, well, in any case... Point being is, you can just put, even at 43, it's not offensive. Not offensive.
No,
okay.
Exactly.
All right, now I've got a bit of a criticism.
What? Hang on, you've just done 3 bad points.
No, I've done 2 bad points.
You got another one?
Yeah, here's my 3rd one. So look, guys, you see this lovely white hour hand here, or it's a central hand?
Yeah.
There's no lume on it. In fact, there is no lume anywhere on the dial at all.
Okay, it's a dress,
which means
dress watch.
Low lighting conditions. In the dark, you can't see anything.
But hang on, no, that's perfectly in keeping with these watches. These are dress watches. They're not sports watches. They're not designed to have that sort of functionality.
All right, but
in fact, it would be odd if they did have lume, I would say.
I'm not sure I agree. So I've got a different perspective, which is, if I've got this big hand here, all in white, the least I would have presumed is, if it's all in white, you may as well lume it. No? Why not? Otherwise, otherwise, my next suggestion would have been a design one, which is, why not have actually a brushed stainless hand? I'm not sure why we have a white hand. Okay, we disagree, folks.
I will not buy one. But the only reason for that is because...
Here it comes, folks.
I already own this.
Oh, you cheeky devil! You brought your little IWC Portuguese.
Yeah, I did, and I'll tell you why. And this is actually a compliment to the Meistersinger. I brought it along because the two of them.
Hey, you can see them.
They just. As soon as I put this on my wrist, of course, I immediately thought about the IWC. Now, this Portuguese is what? Sort of 4 times, 5 times the price of the Meistersinger?
Let's call it 4 times.
And guess what? I think this totally holds its own in terms of quality, look, etc.
I agree.
Now, I have the IWC, and IWC comes with a whole bunch of history and heritage and all sorts of things. So, this is my dress watch.
If you didn't have this?
If I didn't have this and I was not wanting to spend too much money, yes, absolutely yes. Look at it, it's gorgeous. The Meistersinger, fantastic. This is another interesting point we haven't raised yet. Yeah. We discovered the brand, and of course there are lots of people out on Twitter, etc., who are far more knowledgeable than we are. When we started talking about it, people came out of the woodwork very fast saying, I love Meistersinger, they're great.
It's true.
You get a huge amount of kudos and respect from proper watch nerds. With this brand, because they recognised, I think, what we've recognised, which is just, the integrity of this and the value for money is huge. When we get back to the question at hand, it's the ugly bottom line. Would you buy one?
I could not help but endorse anybody wanting to buy a paragraph, particularly this model.
Yeah. So my question stands: would you buy one?
Would I buy one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's the point I raised about in comparison to the Rolex collection I actually have. It's held its own. I've worn it like it's a member of the family. At no time have I ever felt that it was actually some sort of intrusion or a temporary piece. It very quickly integrated itself almost subliminally into the collection and said, wear me as you would a classic. I think that's the highest praise I can possibly give it.
I'm disappointed. Because we've talked a lot about injecting more confrontation, more tension into these chats, make it basically more interesting for our...
We agreed far too much.
Our 2 viewers, and this has been really dull, because we do agree on these, don't we?
We do. Well, listen, hey, you know what? For once, we have nothing to fight about. We love them.
Well, apart from the guy and the thing in the place.
And the thing in the guy place.
Join us next time.
Guys, great having you. Take care.
Thank you.